Hey everyone, day 2 of our daily video series where we are showing a bit of the progress that we're doing towards building an ecosystem for multi-agent AI. What does it mean for you? If you're building agents and you're building an AI, it gives you an opportunity to make money. It's about monetizing agents. So today, Leonardo is going to run you in 20 minutes or so, Leonardo, our product manager, through, again, how you build a AI assistant using no-code tools, in this case, FlowXO. But most importantly, what's the difference to other no-code tools? And there's custom GPTs, obviously in the most popular form. You can define some actions and upload your content, and it's super quick and easy to build this new assistance with it. But there's also real limitations, and to take this up front, it's really what clients can you publish to and what dependencies you have. What LLM can you use, okay, and what dependencies you have, and what can you build that you simply cannot build in the AI chat systems, like Snackbite, for example, or ChatGPT, custom GPTs. All right. So freedom is everything. And before you can start monetizing, understanding the right platform and the right approach is key. So watch this video, and I guarantee you will learn a lot from it. Let's go.
Hello everybody, I am Leonardo, product manager at Grindery, and today I'm going to show you how to create better assistants so you can build AI agents that scale, monetize, and stay yours. Okay, so if you are building agents, AI assistants, or custom GPTs for your product, your community, or your business, this video is for you. Today, I'm going to show you why building agents in FlowXO will give you more flexibility, more control, and better business outcomes than relying on just OpenAI or a closed system as custom GPTs. So in this video, we will cover why building with FlowXO and other no-code or low-code platforms is simply better agents because it's going to be faster and it's going to give you more control. I'm going to show you 3 key business advantages that you can leverage for your own business. I'm going to show you a quick demo of real agents and how to apply this theory into your business and how to take full control of your AI strategy. So the first key here is going to be the flexibility of the LLM. So with FlowXO and other no-code tools, you can connect to any LLM, not just to OpenAI. So for example, when you are building a custom GPT, you can only connect to OpenAI. But for example, if you want to, let's say, generate an image, you might want to use Midjourney, or if you want to create a video and you don't like Sora, you would like to use, I don't know, a Higgsfield AI or other AI models that are simply better. So with this approach, you would be able to just select the best model for each of the tasks that you want to get done. So you will avoid to be locked in, you will stay agile, and you will be able to also mix models, so you can choose the best model for each of the tasks and combine them into your product. Okay, and again, you can use OpenAI, Claude, Llama, Midjourney, open source, DeepSeek, etc. Okay, next I'm going to show you the second key, which is the distribution. In this case, when you build a custom GPT, you are locked in the ChatGPT client, okay? But when you build with FlowXO, for example, you will be able to publish your agent to any channel that you would like. You can build agents for WhatsApp, for Facebook, for Telegram, for the web. You can publish them as HTTP bots and connect them to your mobile app or whatever you want. And also, I will be able to show you how to connect them to Aventino, which is our private beta, so you can also start seeing the path we are taking in order to allow agents to monetize. Then the third key is going to be the user ownership and monetization. So you don't think about users as simply users, but they become your clients. So this means that you want to keep track of their activity, you want to know who they are, you want to have full control over the data. So when you have them logged in ChatGPT, you don't even know who is your user, and all the data belongs to just OpenAI, right? So I will be showing you how you can own your relationships with your users, how you can collect the email and the preference, how you can segment your users, broadcast to them, or send them messages, how you can export your user base into spreadsheet or CRMs, and again you can treat your users like clients and not just anonymous visitors. Okay. Then I'm going to show you a live demo. We will take the agent we built in the previous video, which was the design boutique, the image generator, the designer assistant, and we will show all these powerful tools in action. Okay. So in today's example, I'm going to show you how to connect to a spreadsheet and make a lead generation flow so you can collect user email and name and preferences, and then you will be able to export this into a spreadsheet. Okay. Then I'm going to show you how you can connect your bot to a website or for mobile or any platform you want. And then I'm going to show you how you can broadcast a message to all your users or just a segment of your users according to your preference. So then to recap, FlowXO together with Grindery will give you more flexibility, will give you full control over your assistant, the logic and the interactions you want to make with it. Will give you the flexibility also to deploy on multiple channels, not only Claude or not only ChatGPT, but you will be able to publish into the web, publish into your mobile app, into our Aventino platform, or whatever you want. And then how to get full ownership and monetization for your users. Again, users is not someone using ChatGPT. With your agents, it's your users, and in the end, it's your clients. Okay, so you would be able to gain full control over that. Okay, and this will allow you to create a real business and not just an AI chatbot. Because again, our um, hypothesis and our vision is that with giving agents, providing agents with wallets, they will be able to monetize. And if an agent can monetize, then you can start building a real business around your agent. Okay. And then we will show you a bonus, which is that you can publish your custom GPT if you want. So even if you are not building only for ChatGPT, you can still leverage the ChatGPT custom GPT builder and connect to our platform. So you can also have control over your users and you can start monetizing as well. Okay. So again, the real power is that Grindery lets you own the stack, lets you own the business and the upside of it. Okay. So let's move into the demo, and I will be showing you all these three keys one by one with our live demo. Okay, let's go into it. Okay, for our today's demo, we're going to use the agent and Telegram bot that we created in our previous video, which is the Design Boutique. The link is going to be on the description. And we're going to extend the capabilities, the features and functionalities of the agent to, again, be able to have a bit more of control over the logic and over what's happening with the user. We're going to have a bit more control over the data, and we're going to be able to connect the user data into a spreadsheet. So we will have some sort of a database, or you can also connect to a CRM, but for the sake of this example, we're going to use a spreadsheet. And then you will be able to collect the user email, the user name, the user preferences, and pass all of this into your database. Then we will show you how to create a broadcast so you can communicate directly to your users, okay? And then we will show you how to connect to other platforms as well, okay? So let's jump right into it. We start the bot, and we see here that it's starting the design boutique. We have now 3 buttons over here, and I will just tell him to give me some ideas. Okay, I will ask for a cartoon animal. Perfect. He generated this kind of bear or small lion. I like it. It's colorful, it's playful, it's a good one. And then I'm going to show you something new. Okay, this is more or less what we could do yesterday, but now I'm going to click here on manage subscription so we can see a little bit how this works. Okay, so now the bot is saying to me that I'm not subscribed to the newsletter, and I'm just going to subscribe. Okay, so it's asking about my name. I will give also my email, and I will tell him my preferred style, which would be wild style graffiti. Perfect. Now I'm subscribed to the newsletter, and then I can just continue using the agent the same way I was using it before. So I will ask him to create a design, and I will tell him to make a cool graffiti over a sky. Okay, and while this is being generated, I'm going to show you a little bit what's happening in the background. So again, the first key point that I wanted to touch today is that you have the flexibility to connect to any LLM. Okay, so for example, in this case, we are using DALI 3 to generate the images, but we are not limited to that. So for example, here you can see in the AI model, I'm connected to ChatGPT 4.1 for the reasoning, and I could connect also to Claude, which is Anthropic, or I could connect to others. Okay, in this case, we only have Claude and OpenAI, but we could just integrate with more. You just need to generate your API key, connect your API key into FlowXO, and then you would have access to your LLM. Okay, so one of the things that I really like is that, for example, the quality of the images that DALI can generate is not as good as the quality of the images you can generate with Midjourney. So I could also go here, and instead of connecting to DALI 3, I should be able to connect to Midjourney. So even if the main reasoning of the bot, so the prompting is going to be managed by GPT-4 or Claude, then the image generator would be managed by Midjourney, and that's the power of the multiple LLM, because some models are better doing some things and some other models are better doing other things. So for example, for reasoning, we see that ChatGPT is very good, but then for image generation, Midjourney would be better. So I might choose to connect Midjourney to the image generation, but keep ChatGPT for the reasoning of the prompts. Okay, and that is done, as you can see, with a few clicks. So that's number one. Then on number two, we are talking about the control, having some control over the logic, over the steps that you want the agent to take. And you can do this in FlowXO using flows. Okay, so you go here, you click on flows, I'm going to this menu, and I'm just going to show you some of the flows that I've built. Okay, so basically, I have a start flow, okay, which will be triggered in the start when you start the bot. And you can see here that I'm making a custom request, which would set up a few buttons. And these are the buttons that you can see in here in the bottom, okay? Design ideas, manage subscription, create a design are these three buttons that you can see in here, okay? If you don't know how to do a JSON, you can just ask ChatGPT and he will help you um, format this request, okay? Then I have two new flows, which is the subscribe flow and the unsubscribe flow to manage the user subscription. So what I'm doing here is that I'm setting up a newsletter so I can send tips on how to create the best prompts for design and image generation. And I will let the user subscribe or unsubscribe to this newsletter. In case they find it valuable, they can subscribe, and in case they don't want to receive these messages, they can just unsubscribe. Okay? And as you could see in the bot, he asked me very specific questions like my name, my email address, and my design style. Okay, so this is set here in the steps. Okay, I'm sending a message asking what's your name. So in this case, it's always going to ask the same thing. It's not going to freestyle like sometimes the assistant, the AI would do. I can tell the assistant, yes, get the name and get the email of the user, but sometimes he will just get lost. He will start talking about other things. He might even hallucinate. So I want just to collect the name, the email, and the style. And this has to be very clear and very controlled. So that's why I prefer to use a flow instead of adding this to the instructions, because also that's not the main objective of the assistant. So I just keep it here. Okay, and then the next thing I'm doing is that I'm setting attributes. Okay, attributes is a way to set up properties inside FlowXO, so you can later access these properties to create logics or to personalize your messages even further. Okay, so I'm just setting up here the name, I'm taking the variable which is the answer from the user, I'm setting up the email which is also the answer of the user, the style, and the subscription means subscribed. Okay, and all of this will get stored in FlowXO. Then I'm creating a segment. I'm adding the user to a segment which is subscribed, and I can use this segment to later target our users, okay, into messaging or also create some logics around this. Okay, and removing the user from the unsubscribed segment just in case the user was already unsubscribed. So I just remove them from this segment, and then I'm doing the same for the Google Sheet. So I have a Google Sheet connection where if the user was already unsubscribed, I just remove the user from that list or from that sheet. And if the user is now subscribed, I'm going to add the user to the sheet. So let me show you this. I'm already connected to the URL, to the spreadsheet via the URL. I select the worksheet, which is subscribed or unsubscribed. In this case, it's subscribed, and I'm just filling up the different columns with the data that I'm getting from the user. So I'm getting the user ID directly from the flow trigger. I'm getting the user handler, I'm getting the name, which is from the answer, the email, the style, and the timestamp. Okay? And then I'm just sending a message to confirm that the subscription was successful. Similar to that flow is the unsubscribe flow. It will ask a little bit different questions. Like, for example, I'm asking here, what's the reason for unsubscribe? So I can understand why the user who wants to unsubscribe doesn't want to receive the newsletter anymore. Maybe they find the content irrelevant, or they think we are sending too much spam, or they have privacy concerns, or anything else. So they can just select the reason. Then I'm asking for confirmation, like, are you sure you want to unsubscribe and stop receiving the newsletter? So if they click yes, we set a new set of attributes. We will set the reason, which was the answer, like why they wanted to unsubscribe. I'm setting the confirmation, which is going to be yes or no. And then I'm going to set the subscription to be unsubscribed. Okay, so then I can use this to implement more logic and also personalization. I'm doing the same steps with the segments. I'm adding them to the unsubscribed segments and removing them from the subscribed. And then I'm doing the same with the spreadsheet. Okay. And you can see here in the spreadsheet that I have a new user. It's my user. It was added here and it was removed from here. So now I'm going to show you that I'm going to unsubscribe. It says that my subscription is active, and I will tell you unsubscribe. And it's triggering my flow. You see, this is exactly the same thing I showed you before. So you can see it here that is asking me, why do you want to unsubscribe? And it's giving me some choices. And this is what you can see here. Why do you want to unsubscribe? And see the choices. I will say just I have privacy concerns, and I will confirm yes, I want to unsubscribe. So now you can see that I've been unsubscribed. And if you check in our Google Sheet, I was removed from here and now I was added here. And I can see the reason is a privacy concern, confirm it, timestamp, and everything else. Okay. And the same way I connected to a Google Sheet, we could connect to a CRM or even to your database. Okay. If you have more complex scenarios. Okay. So that would be the second part of the video, where you can see how powerful this is, because again, you have full control over the data of your users, and you have full control also over the logic, like what do you want to do with that data. Okay. And now the last thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you the broadcast. Okay, the broadcast is a feature that you have in FlowXO where you can trigger a message for all your users or for a segment of users without them having to take an action before. So it's not the user triggering the message, is you as the owner of the project triggering the message for the user. Okay, and this is very helpful. For example, with our case, we have the newsletter. This will be like the first message, prompt like a pro, how to get the best results, and then here I'm showing the guide. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to filter this to only subscribed users, and I'm going to hit send. Okay, now because I am not subscribed anymore, I am not going to receive this. So in order to receive this, I need to click on go to subscribe. So I will click on manage subscription. Opening my subscription management. I am unsubscribed because privacy concerns, and I will say that I want to subscribe again. So again, I need to add my name, my email, and my style. I will use now high tech 3D avatars. Perfect. I'm now subscribed. I can check here that now I'm in the list of the subscribed users and remove it from the other list. And now if we trigger the broadcast again, I should be able to receive this message because I'm now subscribed. Okay, here it is, went right away. Here is the newsletter, prompt like a pro, how to get the best results, etc. Okay, and then create now. So you can see this is a very simple use case, but you can see start seeing the power of this kind of logic control and control over the logic and control over the data, and in the end is control over your users. They become your user and your client, and not just a chat GPT user who you don't even know who are you talking to or who's using your assistant. Okay. So that would be it for today. The last thing I'm going to show you is how to create an assistant for the web. So if you don't want to use Telegram because your audience is not there, or you have a website, or you want to do, I don't know, a mobile app or whatever, so you would go to bots, you would create a web bot, you need to give it a name, it's going to be Web Design Boutique. We don't need a welcome text. We're going to use the same assistant that we created. I'm going to change the color to something more artistic. This one. We can use an avatar icon. Let's use this, for example. And that's everything we need to start interacting with our assistant, okay? So for example, if I copy paste this URL here into the browser, I can start chatting with my assistant right away. And you have the same features, okay? I will use a different email. And now as you check here, we have now two users. One is the one from Telegram, and the other one is from the web, all in our database. And then I will tell him like, help me make a design of a pink leopard dancing breakdance. Okay, perfect. So we can see that started to generate my image. He made exactly what I requested. Is a pink leopard doing breakdance. So you can see that the assistant works both in the web and in Telegram, and it's mostly um, the same features. Okay, so you could publish this into your website or even move it into your mobile app, etc. Okay, and soon we are also going to give you the option to monetize your agents. Okay, so that would be for today. That's the demo of today. You will have all the documentation and the links to the bots so you can try in the description of the video, and we can move into the next step. Okay, so to recap, today I show you three key business advantages that you can have using FlowXO and Grindery over just creating custom GPTs when you create AI assistants and agents for your business. Okay, and basically we can resume this into these three key advantages, which is the model flexibility. Again, you can connect to any LLM of your choice or even combine different LLMs and use the best LLM for for the task you need, and then use the best LLM for a different task and combine all of those. Then the second one is the multi-channel deployment. As we could see in the video, we have a Telegram bot and we have a web bot. We could have as well a mobile bot and into your app or even into our platform, Aventino. You can even publish them into OpenAI, etc., etc. Okay, so you are not locked in into one single platform. And the third key advantage is going to be the user ownership and monetization. So again, the user is not simply an anonymous user of ChatGPT, it's going to be your user and your client of your product and your business. Okay? So you have control over the logic, you have control over the data, and you have control over the monetization aspect of the business. Okay? So again, if you combine all these three, this will allow you to create a real business and not just a chat bot which simply answers questions. Okay, you can create custom logics, you can create a business model based on those key advantages. Okay, and you can publish into any platform you want, use any channel for distribution, and use all LLMs, mostly the all LLMs you have out there. Okay, so that would be it for today. Thank you for watching, and I leave you with Tim, our CEO, who is going to give you the last bonus before you go. Thank you so much, and goodbye.
All right. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Remember, we are here to help you monetize assistants and agents. That's what we're working on. This has been day 2. We're going to keep on releasing day over day progress and tutorials to help you build and ultimately make money in AI. So if you want to learn more, make sure to hit subscribe, and see you in the next session. Tim out.